Hey everyone!
Hello!
Brandon, where are we at and what are we doing in this video?
We are on board the Disney Wish and we are about to eat lunch at Enchante.
Enchante. Yep, this is an adults only, additional cost restaurant. We are super excited. It is a little bit fancy. Will we end up with champagne? Who knows?
Who knows? We're hopeful. We probably will, so stand by and watch that. But we just want to go experience this and share all with you about gluten-free, dietary restrictions, allergies, all that stuff. So is Enchante doable in saying all of that?
Yeah, so can you go and can you get lots of options if you have special dietary needs like we do?
About to find out.
We're about to find out.
We're about to find out. Let's go in and see what we see, and we'll see you at the end.
Can't wait. So as we said, Enchante is a French adults-only dining location. It is run by Chef Arnaud Lallemant, who is a French chef, a 3 Michelin star French chef.
Not 1, not 2, but 3.
But 3. And this restaurant, Brandon, what's the theme on Enchante?
It is French themed, based off Beauty and the Beast, specifically Lumiere.
Yeah, as you walk into the restaurant, you get to see Lumiere and lots of vintage candelabras.
Yeah, the candelabras, we were told, are all authentic, all different, and different on board the Treasure as well. Also, the chandelier when you first walk in is absolutely incredible. It's almost drop dead gorgeous, and it is there to represent bubbles from champagne.
Yeah, which is so pretty. I think one of the other things that we noticed about Enchante, which is really different from Remy, is that it's much more modern, bright, a sort of French modern versus Remy, which is a little bit more kind of classic French.
Yeah, the theming is absolutely incredible, as you said. It's much brighter. I don't want to say more inviting because Remy is exceptionally inviting, but it is just more vibrant almost, while Remy feels more traditionally old school compared to this.
Yeah, and I think also because we dined at lunch, it was much more bright and airy. It felt a little bit more relaxed and casual versus dinner, which is probably going to be a little bit more formal too.
Absolutely.
So once we got to see a bit of the theme at the restaurant, we were seated in a really lovely booth.
Yeah, the booth was awesome. I mean, the tables there are great too, but we requested something a little more intimate, we should say, and we got an amazing booth. All the booths there look really good.
Yeah, and as we got seated, our server Patrick kind of gave us an overview. He showed us the menus, which were, I suppose, a unique way to present a menu.
So on these menus, you get 3 different menus.
Well, 4 if you count the additional one. So we were presented with a lunch menu, which had just a couple of courses. That's about $100 a person, and that was a side menu. And then the formal menu that we got had 3 different options: a sort of more seafood focused option, more vegetarian focused one, and then the collection, which included lots of surprises based on what the kitchen decides to make you.
And that's the one we got, correct?
That's the one that I ended up with. So maybe one of the things that we'll say with special diets is it's always good to talk to your server about options. We had intended to both get the collection, thinking that that would be a great option for both of us. But the chef actually said, or the server actually told us, hey, because of Brandon's special dietary needs, we actually would recommend the potager, which is a more vegetarian focused dish or a menu, and then they ended up swapping out some of those things so that Brandon got Wagyu beef.
Yes, and it worked extremely well. Also on these amazing menus, you can flip it over, and on the back side is the story of the restaurant and Lumiere.
Yeah, so there's lots to look at, lots to go over. They also have a fancy water menu, which of course we had to get. We
have to get fancy water. It's just our tradition. You are not at all required to. You can simply get the still or the tap water, which is completely fine. But our tradition, every time we go to a place that offers fancy water, we try to do a different fancy water.
Yeah, and we got one from the UK.
And it was delicious.
Yeah, so we each chose our option. So I ended up going with the collection, which had more courses than the potager, which is what Brandon got. So you'll see a little bit throughout here. Sometimes I got dishes, why Brandon didn't get anything.
Also with this amazing meal, we did get, for the first time ever, the champagne pairing, which, Sarah, correct me if I'm wrong, it was a little confusing.
Yeah, I think there was a little bit of confusion. we, one, never got really asked if we wanted that. We were trying to sort of let them know that's something we were interested in. We had to ask them a couple of times, and then ultimately we were able to get it, but yeah, it wasn't maybe as smooth service-wise as we would have thought in the beginning.
Yeah, the sommelier, there is an actual cart that they take around to every table, and we quite literally saw them go to every single table, some tables multiple times, when people told them no or they wanted something else, and quite literally they bypassed our table, just kind of drove right by us until we said something for what, the second or third time, right?
Yeah, so maybe as always, whether it's your special diet or something else that you're looking for, you know, always make sure that you do advocate for yourself.
Absolutely, yeah. Speak up if you need to. We sure did.
And so we got our order in. We got our champagne order in, and then up first, it was bread service, and Brandon was living his best life.
This might be some of the best bread I've ever had in my life. I don't know for sure yet. I got bread in my mouth. I'm sorry. Absolutely phenomenal bread. And the butter, incredible.
So once we got our bread course, and of course Brandon was living his best life with bread, and my gluten-free bread was great, but it was really about the French butter and the sea salt.
Oh, yes.
We were then given our Amuse Bouche, which was our sort of starter to the meal, and I'm gonna be honest, it was not our favorite.
No, it wasn't. It was beet, and I actually like beet more than Sarah does, and I think it was okay. I didn't by any means dislike it, but it wasn't even good. It was right in that, you know,
I think if you like beets, you're gonna love this dish. It was warm, and it was different kinds of preparation of beet with kind of a foam sauce in there. Both of us were surprised it was warm. We both thought it was better than we expected, but if you don't like beets, this probably isn't going to be your favorite either.
Yeah, if you don't like beets, you will not like this at all. But in saying that, it was okay.
Yeah, so it was an okay start to the meal. Thankfully, the rest of the meal really delivered.
Oh, yes, it did.
Once we got our Amuse Bouche, we did get our first champagne, which was a Bollinger, a classic French champagne, and it was really good. Crisp, bright, and a great way to start the champagne pairing.
Absolutely delicious. Yeah, the champagne pairing, as Sarah just said, was off to an amazing start. And then our first course came, and I was blessed by the chef with potato gnocchi. Absolutely delicious. I loved, quite literally, every bite, and I wish I could have had more.
Yeah, the chefs understood the assignment, giving Brandon potatoes as a starting dish. I started with a scallop dish, and maybe we'll let our live reactions tell you all that you need to know about how much we enjoyed it.
This is the, we're doing a vlog really quick. This is the Petit, the potato gnocchi. It looks incredible. Oh my gosh. Yeah, let's have a bite of it. Potatoes and onions. Maybe add some movie peanut butter pasta. No, don't add that to this, but it's delicious too.
And then you can wait a bit, and then at the end, we go with all the main course.
Hashtag there it is. Incredible. Absolutely. Absolutely to die for. I might die for this. But I pass away for the and I'll show
And I got the scallop, which looks incredible, cut beautifully. Good try.
And we're sorry, everyone, we don't have our mics on, but...
There it is.
Oh, okay.
The chef's scallops for life.
Wow.
The sauce is amazing. There's champagne, there's some butter, there's some miso in here, so it's got some earthiness. Perfectly salted. Incredible. Just a good start to this meal.
And then next up was my course. Brandon did not get a course between this one, which was a cold salmon dish with a crispy shiso, and we'll share a little bit of my live reaction in here too.
Sweet, okay. Super refreshing. Am I giving a review right now?
Sure.
Okay. Very refreshing. It's cold Alaskan salmon with a crunchy shiso leaf on it. It's super tasty. The flavors are really interesting. It's almost a little peppery, spicy, but really, really delicious. I love the crunchiness of the shiso. Super delicious.
My next dish was a carrot dish, and it was actually really good. Not my favorite, but really good. But I will say this, Sarah, clearly probably the most colorful.
Definitely the most colorful, and of course you did have Krug with it while you were enjoying it.
Let us never, ever forget Krug for the first time. Maybe we're late to the party, maybe we're not. But Krug, neither of us has had it before. I think I speak for both of us, but we loved it, did we not?
We did.
In honor of Alexander the Guest.
Our very first Krug. We have cheers.
Oh, cheers.
Got too excited for Krug.
Yep, first Krug we've ever had.
It's pretty darn good.
It's really good. Alexander the Guest, you'll probably never ever see this. Thank you for your videos. Thank you for your Krug recommendation. And thank you for your love of Star Wars and all things science fiction. We catch all your references.
We sure do.
We do.
So while Brandon was enjoying carrots, I was enjoying caviar. Caviar and Krug, what could be better?
And absolutely nothing.
I feel like I'm living in lifestyles of the rich and famous right now.
With Robin Leach.
I have caviar. I have Krug Champagne. What is happening? Let's give it a try. Caviar is honestly not my most favorite thing, but open hearts, open minds. It's good. As far as caviars go, it is salty. It's a little fishy, but the flavors are beautiful. And of course, now I have champagne with it, so it's even better. But very delicious.
So for this next course, I ended up getting a dish while Brandon got to really just spend time enjoying Dom Perignon.
Absolutely. The Dom was also absolutely delicious. So far, the champagne pairing has been a huge win.
Yeah, and as you'll see, lobster and Dom Perignon. You can't go wrong.
You can't beat that. It looked amazing. I wish I could have had it.
Sarah, really quick, how is the lobster? You've already tried it.
What even is this like right now? This is
We're living the high life.
Listen, we went from caviar and Krug to lobster and Dom Perignon. This is ridiculous.
Yeah, so Dom Perignon 2013, and this amazing looking.
It's so delicious.
I can't have it, of course, sadly.
Everything is so delicious. This is the most decadent meal, and I've never done a champagne pairing, so this has been very exciting and very fun, and just a unique way to get to enjoy this.
Yep. And really quickly, if your party member, your husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, partner, anyone, just friend, is eating and you are not, because Sarah's having 7 courses, I'm having 5. We'll talk all about this in a debrief and everything like that. Don't worry about that. We'll fill you guys in on everything. But I get a temporary place setting of nothingness, but I love it because it shows people that, hey, I'm deliberately not getting anything. Very cool. So it's heavy duty. And my first one I got of this, I didn't get video of, was totally different design. So, you know what? Very upper class. Lifestyles of the rich and famous. But no, this place is incredible. Let's get one more look at Sarah's.
This is amazing.
Lobster, incredible.
My next dish was simply turnips. And I'll be honest, not the biggest turnip fan. To me, it looked very presentable, but not that great. And yet, it was really solid, and I think I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, although you have said it's the one dish you don't really remember.
Yeah, I'm remembering it while we look at these videos down the road, but looking back at it, I remember enjoying it, I remember liking it, but it is the one dish of the entire meal that I remember the least.
Yeah, and for mine was memorable. I had a turbot or turbo, depending on how you pronounce it. This is lovely fish, and you'll see from my reaction here, it was incredible.
Yeah, it looked incredible.
Oh my god.
Oh no, really?
Hashtag fish dishes for life. Oh my god.
Wow.
This is delicious. It's so umami. Like, the flavors in it are so rich and so earthy. The fish is really well cooked. The onion is amazing. Delicious. 10 out of 10. This might rival the scallop. Oh, it's going to be a hard decision between these two. This is really good.
And next up on the champagne pairing was a rosé.
Yeah, this rosé was super lovely, and the maitre d/sommelier actually recommended this for the Wagyu beef that we were going to get. We both got Wagyu beef. I ended up getting a version with potato gnocchi that were also gluten-free and oh so delicious. The Wagyu was so flavorful. The sauce was incredible. this was definitely another winner.
Yeah, huge win. And this was American Wagyu, correct?
Yes, American Wagyu.
Yeah, absolutely delicious. It was the first time I think we've ever had it. Is that
No,
correct?
we've had American Wagyu before at Remy, but this was Brandon's first
We
time
did,
having
yes.
Japanese Wagyu at Palo Steakhouse, which if you are watching this video, be sure to check out our Disney Cruise series on the Wish where we cover that.
Yeah, please watch our day 3 especially for that.
But this was a winner for you, and you'll see from Brandon's reaction live, he absolutely loved it.
Absolutely.
American Wagyu. Tomorrow we're getting A5 Japanese Wagyu at Colorado.
I know. I took a bite earlier and said, Brandon, you need to try this.
The sty in my eye might pop because this is so delicious. My eyes are popping. One more bite. Then we need to savor this.
Oh, wow. It is so good.
It is so good. Hashtag there it is.
Is this better than Gnocchi?
Yes.
Okay, obviously.
Yes.
So as if we had not already had enough food, we were finishing up the meal with a cheese course.
And a port wine. And oh my Mickey. The wine was almost to die for. I absolutely fell in love with it with one sip. I want bottles and bottles of it. And the cheese course, as always, at Enchante, at Remy, at Palo, heck, anywhere with cheese was incredible. Best of the best. And the wine was also top of the wine fine.
And port wine is a dessert wine, and this was an additional charge in addition to our champagne flight, so we really were living our lifestyles of the rich and famous vibe here. But it paired perfectly with the cheese, and our server, Patrick, gave us recommendations. There was lots of different options for dessert wines. And then, of course, the cheese was, like Brandon said, delicious. At lunch, we did kind of get a pre-done plate, but we understand at dinner time you get the cheese trolley brought out to you so you can pick your cheeses, but we were not going to turn down any of the great options they gave us.
No, not at all. And the very fact that we didn't get to pick from the cart itself, completely fine, because guess what? We're going to have to come back for dinner, that means.
Yes, so much goodness. And then we moved on to dessert. So first course of dessert, first we got a dessert champagne, which was Moet and Chandon ice, which in all honesty,
Say it, Sarah,
I
say
think
it.
of the champagne pairing, this is the one that felt really disjointed and not fitting with the rest of the champagnes that we got.
Yeah, not at all. It fell out of place, and let's just say it's not bad. It didn't fit this, it didn't fit the pairing, and it should have been something better.
Yeah, I would have preferred Moet and Chandon Imperial versus ice. Ice is very sweet and is served literally on ice cubes. So not our favorite. Maybe next time we go, if we get the pairing again, we would ask for some different options.
Absolutely, yes.
So we got our little petit fours, our little kind of intro to dessert.
Petit fours.
And we did get a mix. So we had several options that were only safe for Brandon. So he had a tart and a lemon tart and a little sort of, I don't know, sort of a little panna cotta style tart. And then we did have a couple of other options, chocolates and some kind of fancy fruit roll-ups that were safe for me. And they let us know which options were going to be the ones that I could have and which ones the one that Brandon could have.
Yeah, and this was, again, it seems to be somewhat of a theme from my point of view. Very solid, very good. This was nothing great, but it was really good. More importantly, it's what came next, which was delicious.
Yeah, and the chocolate I think was my favorite of the options. Those were really solid, but like Brandon said, I'm not sure these were kind of the highlights of the meal. The dessert for me was a bit of a low light. I had a sort of a mango kind of tart, and it had some fruit in it. It was not my favorite. I did, however, love the side of mango sorbet with kind of a coconut foam on top and fresh lime. That was amazing. A great palate cleanser, but the actual dessert itself was just okay for me.
Yeah, point blank, I won out on the dessert. I don't even know what it's called. What do you remember?
It was like just chocolate explosion.
Yeah, it looked, when we first got it, I remember commenting to Sarah, something similar to like, oh, is this it? Until I bit into it and saw, first of all, it was multi-layered, 3 or 4 layers of different chocolate, and the taste of it was out of this world. You could taste all the different layers of chocolate. a chocolate explosion in your mouth. I don't know how to describe it, but it was absolutely delicious, and I clearly won out on this dessert.
Yeah, and you had chocolate ice cream too.
I absolutely did. The ice cream too was absolutely delicious, but that dessert, that main dessert, was the winner.
Yeah, and I will say some of the little petit fours that we had in the beginning, they did let us know if we didn't finish those, we could take them back. So we had a little to-go box for Brandon so that he could enjoy some of the leftovers, especially because he had quite a few of the options that I could not have there. So he took them back to the room.
Sure did, and we did have them later, or I did, I should say. And then, to Sarah's incredible delight, Sarah loves, loves, loves tea, as everyone knows, and the tea trolley came out.
Oh my goodness, my favorite thing of any fancy meal, some lovely French teas. Fun fact, also the same that we got at the Cake Bake Shop. So they are serving French-inspired teas as well. And this is great. I got to pick out what I wanted, and then we timed it so that it was at the perfect temperature and brewing, and just a lovely way to enjoy the last part of our meal. And Patrick actually paired it with the dessert that I had, so I had kind of a nice tropical tea.
Yeah, and I loved the timer on this because they were genuine old school hourglasses. So cool. Again, it's something very minor. Is it that big of a deal in the grand scheme? It's not, but it added to the experience for me just watching Sarah enjoy what she loves.
Yeah, and so with that, 3 hours went by so fast, and
oh yeah,
that wraps us up and takes us to our debrief.
Let's go to the debrief. Wow, Enchante, huge win, huge win. We had no issues.
Oh my gosh, as you can see, Brandon is very excited. As you can tell from our experience, whether it was in the voiceover or the live video that we took, we absolutely loved Enchante.
Wow.
It was such an experience. My little rose. Brandon, will you accept this rose?
I accept this rose. What was that? The Bachelor or the Bachelorette? Is that even still on the air?
Or the Golden Bachelor.
Or the what?
The Golden Bachelor.
The Golden Bachelor.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is, but okay.
So it was an amazing meal. We had such a great time. We were so impressed with the special dietary needs options that we got. Patrick, our server,
he was incredible. One of the best
servers
servers we've ever had in our lives.
So amazing.
Yep.
Ricardo, who is the maitre d', was so lovely, gave us so much information about the champagne pairings. Also a fellow fan of Alexander the Guest YouTube channel.
Alexander the Guest. Yeah, Alexander the Guest is a tiny YouTube channel. He goes around drinking wine and stuff.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, you may go check out his, no, seriously, big channel. He's amazing.
If you are a foodie, it's a great channel to watch.
Yeah, he's incredible. And he loves Star Wars, and his restaurant is called 42, based off the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So, overall, Brandon, would you recommend Enchante if you have special dietary needs?
Yes, absolutely. It was absolutely delicious. Special dietary needs, gluten-free, everything. Absolutely delicious. Highest of high recommends. It's not something we would do every single time we're on board.
No, it was very expensive.
It's very expensive. However, for a special occasion, or if you've never done it and have a little bit extra spending money, highest of high recommends. We felt safe the entire time. Everything was phenomenal. Everything.
Yeah. It was such a magical experience. Let us know if you have questions about anything that we talked about. We're happy to answer it. And yeah, if you have been to Enchante, let us know your experience. Or if you saw our video, would you want to go to Enchante?
Yeah.
And if so, would you order what I got, or would you order what Brandon got?
Yeah. Anyway, ready to get out of here?
Let's go.
All right. Thank you to our patrons on Patreon. You're all amazing. Thank you to our potato holders. Links are down below. Subscribe, like, comment, the whole deal. But yeah, this was amazing.
Yeah. So with that,
we're out of here.
we'll see you with another video.
Yep.
Real soon. Bye.
Bye.